Assalamu alaikum.
उन्होंने करनी है रिकॉर्डिंग।
I am Tayyiba Saqib, Deputy Director, Curriculum Planning and Development. We are here to get orientation about the documents sent from Curriculum Department. From curriculum, before we will start the orientation, I would like to share some rules for the session. In the session, we are going to share the policies, or definitely we are just going to go through with the things which we have sent to you. Whatever queries you are having, please write it in the chat box. And afterward, we are going to go through the chat box and we are going to address your queries. During the session, we would like you to listen to it properly, make notes and write your queries in the chat box. So I'm starting now. So this is Curriculum Planning and Development Department from FSEC Secretariat. Our agenda is orientation session on modification and revision in curriculum policies and procedures. First of all, we will start with academic package 2024-25. I'm sharing with you the salience of academic package. I hope all of you have gone through the academic package, management facilitation booklet, curriculum implementation guide, and SOWs from grade 1 till 9. If you have been through all these, please raise your hand. I just want to see your hand raised. Participants. Please raise your hands. Yes, very good. So I think all of you have been gone through. So I'm just going to share the policies and the things which are changed, so that we are just going to review all these things and take your queries. Okay? So first of all, we have shared with you the schedule of new academic session 24-25, modification in the book list 2024-25, revised homework policy, bag organization policy, modification in SOW with the addition of progression grid in SOW, modified teachers planner class 3 till 8, SSC teachers planner, revised notebook counter checking format. These are some of the things in which there are changes. But SSC teacher planner, there is no change. We are going to continue with the planner which we have already uploaded last year. There was change in this planner. This year we will continue with this teacher planner. So SSC teacher planner, I am showing you once again, so that you can see that you are having the same planner which we have been using previously, in which we did developed by, taught by, subject, class, period, topic, SLO, material and resources, digital resources and tools, methodology including starter activity, pair or group activity, plenary and wrap up, and then we are having AFL strategies, assignment, class or homework, and then subject coordinator signature. So this is the lesson planner format for class 9 and 10. Next. Revised notebook counter checking format we are sharing. And then in front of you there is schedule of academic session. In this session we have started this session in cold and warm region on 15th April 2024 for class 1 till 9. Class 10 we will starting from 6th May in both the regions. Class 11, 12 on 24th June in cold region and 8th July in warm region. Next. There is modification in the book list 2024-25. All textbooks of class 9 are modified except Islamiyat, because Islamiyat has been modified last year as per the National Curriculum 2022-23. Islamiyat of class 10, all textbooks of class 11, Tarjumatul Quran class 10 and 11, Urdu and Islamiyat class 1 till 5, Mathematics class 1 till 5. These were according to curriculum 2020, and we have realigned this with curriculum 22-23. Therefore, there are some changes in these books. Social Studies class 4 and 5, English SRM to facilitate students on parent and regional feedback. Therefore, now we are having both books in our book list in English as well as in Urdu. We cannot leave Urdu Mashati room because it is as per the government directive. While social studies in English has been added as SRM to facilitate the students. So wherever those schools who are more comfortable in Urdu, they can continue with Urdu, and those who want to start with English, they can, and even they can have SOWs in English and Urdu both. We have given notebooks, English and Urdu both for prescribed for these subjects as per the school discretion. So maths class 3-1 has been separated term-wise to reduce back rate and price. Similarly, English, Urdu, Mathematics class EYS2 practice pages have been removed to reduce the cost. Science workbooks of class 6 till 8 are discontinued to reduce cost and workload. Next. We will move to management facilitation booklet. In management facilitation booklet, we have added this year class-wise recommended age groups. I think you have, since you have all been gone through this, so you have seen this. Class size and student strength is also mentioned. So that, yes, please you can show. So this is the age which has been described this year in the management facilitation booklet. Next page. Either say just and then this is class size and student strength. For preschool, it should be 20 to 25, junior 28 till 35, middle school also 30 to 35, and senior school also 30 to 35. So revised class slots for preschool have been added in it. Slide. And these preschool time allocation per week for learning areas and play-based learning has been shared with you in the previous session of preschool. Next, we have we have revised period allocation for class 10 and 11. For 9th and 10. For 9th and 10, you can see this is the time allocation. We have added Tarjumatul Quran in class 10 also. So it can be seen. Similarly, move down in class 11 and 12. In 11 also, Tarjumatul Quran has been added. In class 12, one period of English has been increased to further develop the language. Next, back. A revised absence homework policy pre till 12 has been added in management facilitation booklet. Ms. Sabina is going to give a little information, detailed information about homework.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So from the feedback that we received from all quarters shows that or it indicates that there is a tendency of giving excessive homework to students. So based on that feedback, we have revised the homework policy for the year 2024 and 25. और इसमें हमने बहुत डिटेल में आपको एक तो इंट्रोडक्शन दी है कि what is, why is homework necessary. It is an important component of the learning process, but it has to be curtailed. It shouldn't be a burden for the students. So homework जो है वो reinforcement भी हो सकती है, extension भी हो सकती है, whatever you have been teaching in the class to extend students' learning, you can assign them some sort of valuable assignment that would enhance their skills, and it can be a review as well. Work that they have already done, हम recap के लिए उनको होमवर्क देते हैं। होमवर्क पॉलिसी में हमने बहुत सारी गाइडलाइंस इस दफा ऐड कर दी हैं फॉर द टीचिंग स्टाफ टू फॉलो, बिकॉज मेनली ये फीडबैक जब हमें आ रहा था तो वी फाउंड आउट दैट एक्चुअली व्हाट F6 ने शुरू में भी जो होमवर्क पॉलिसी दी थी उसमें बहुत ही कम होमवर्क था, लेकिन people are not sticking to the homework policy and they are violating the homework policy. So hopefully this time you will stick to the homework policy and उसके भी हमने काफी सारे उसमें indicators डाल दिए हैं so that you follow it in letter and spirit. Then for each class we have spelled out कि homework policy क्या होगी. Like for preschool, no homework is to be given to the preschoolers because the children are very small and you need not burdenize them by giving them excessive written work at home. Rather, you can focus on those students who really are struggling with the learning process and they need reinforcement. तो उन बच्चों के लिए आप स्पेशली उनके लिए कुछ reinforcement once a week आप उनको दे सकते हैं, not on the weekends. Then for class 1 and 5, again homework should be focusing on reinforcing skills and nothing new can be given as assignments to बेचारे parents बैठ के उसको उस homework को complete करवा रहे होते हैं. Similarly for class 6 and 7, 6 to 8, the children are older, they can be given individual assignments. आप दे सकते हैं उनको. Next नीचे आए. इसी तरह से क्लास 9th और 12th तक का भी हमने इस दफा इसमें डाल दिया पॉलिसी में कि किस टाइप का होमवर्क उनको आपको देने की जरूरत है, अगेन टू बिल्ड ऑन देयर स्किल्स. Then a new thing that we have added this time is the homework timetable as a sample for you, and उसमें हमने specify कर दिया है. For example, if Monday we have suggested maths and English, तो आपका 20 minutes का टाइम होगा बच्चे का 10 minutes का for each subject. यानी 10 minutes से ज्यादा 1 to 3 के बच्चे because they are very small, उनको आपने engage नहीं करना at home for the homework. Next. Similarly for class 4 and 5, हमने कुछ subjects में हमने टाइम थोड़ा सा मतलब इसमें भी 10 minutes ही हैं, लेकिन ये है कि आप उर्दू मैथ्स और साइंस जैसे दे रहे हैं तो उसमें 10 करके 30 minutes का टाइम आपका हो जाता है. For class 6 onwards, आगे करें. For class 6 onwards, we have increased the time because the children are older, they can be given independent homework, challenging homework थोड़ा सा उनके लिए a little bit of challenging भी आप दे सकते हैं. जैसे आपको रिसर्च असाइनमेंट दे देते हैं उनको, तो वहां पे आप अगर 3 सब्जेक्ट्स दे रहे हैं तो it's like 30 minutes for each subject, right? Then when we talk about the online assignments में हमने ये policy दी है and it's an improved policy by the IGTME and the higher authorities because they are very concerned that schools should follow and stick to the homework policy spelled out by F6 Secretariat. So class 1 to 3 again children are very small, तो उसके लिए हमने कहा है कि online assignment अगर आपने देनी है तो these assignments are optional और 4 subjects के लिए 2 per term आप दे सकते हैं, that you have to decide. Non-core subjects के लिए 1 per term. इसी तरह से class 4 to 8 online assignments are mandatory and will be reflected in the report cards. वो तो आपको assessment वाले बताएंगे कि उसमें उन्होंने कितना उसकी weightage रखी है, but they are mandatory assignments.
अच्छा, यहाँ पर एक चीज मैं यहाँ पे ऐड करना चाहूंगी. As far as class 1 to 3 is concerned, the assignments are optional. Optional का ये मतलब नहीं है that they will not be doing. They will be doing it. Optional का सिर्फ ये मतलब है कि हो सकता है आप 2 कराएं, हो सकता है आप 1 कराएं, हो सकता है किसी एक आध कोर्स सब्जेक्ट की आप ना कराएं. So English और उर्दू की जहाँ तक assignments की बात होगी, they will be done. Their marks will be entered in the record sheets जो कि हमने आपके साथ शेयर किए हैं. However, report card पे हम उनके मार्क्स रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं कराएंगे. But they are supposed to be done. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप बच्चों को यहाँ पर स्किल को टोटल छुड़वा दें क्योंकि ये ऑप्शनल दी गई थी. So क्योंकि आपके स्कीम ऑफ वर्क में ये रिफ्लेक्ट हो रही हैं, so it is recommended कि आप एटलीस्ट 1 इंग्लिश और 1 उर्दू में ये असाइनमेंट्स बच्चों से करवाएं जरूर. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे 1 to 3 में इस चीज को आपने नोट करना.
ओके, स्क्रॉल करें नीचे स्क्रॉल करें. So instructions for uploading online assignments. Now ये जो point है ये इसलिए हमने इसमें यहाँ पे details डाली हैं because we were getting this point in the agenda points as well from the regions कि the teachers were asking कि हम जी फलाने format पे हमने अपलोड करने की कोशिश की, हमें हमारा नहीं हुआ, अपलोड नहीं हुआ, हमारी असाइनमेंट रहेगी। उसका रीजन ये होता है कि we have discussed this point with the IT department and they have given this option कि उसको एक MS Word या PDF फॉर्मेट में करेंगे और फाइल साइज जो है it should not exceed 15 MB, राइट? तो इस चीज को भी आप पढ़ लें, इसको भी देख लें कि टीचर्स जब उसको अपलोड करते हैं तो वो किस फॉर्मेट पे होनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज वो आपकी अपलोड नहीं होगी। सो ऑल द अदर इसके साथ रिलेटेड जितनी भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैं दे आर गिवन इन दिस academic package management facilitation booklet, so you can go through. That's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Next, we have a revised ABSEC school bag policy till class 8. Ms. Rubina is going to explain the school bag policy.
The school bag policy is not something new. We have been doing it since 2015, and this is school bag organization policy is a skill basically. And this policy was in place since 2015, and it was added in the school diary previously, and all the details were there for the parents. But then we thought there is a slight improvement and modifications in it. Scroll down. Yes, there are certain strategies given to reduce the school bag weight. We all are very much aware that students have to set the bag daily according to the class timetable, and schools should take proper prompt actions to check their bags randomly, frequently, or using it. Fortnightly it should be done. And core and non-core, by making the timetable, the distribution of core, non-core and non-teaching periods should be evenly given. And it should be balanced distribution so that school bag is like balanced एक हो बच्चे के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ये ना हो कि core subjects सारे एक दिन में हो जाए और non-core या teaching non-teaching classes बिल्कुल एक दिन में हो जाए, PT भी उसी दिन हो, library भी उसी दिन हो. So it should be sporadic. Library, games, art and labs periods should be sporadic. And this suggested school bag weight भी हमने दे दिया है. इसको काफी हमने इंटरनेशनली और नेशनल लेवल पे इसको इन्वेस्टिगेट करके एंड ये हमने दिया है कि जो आपका 10% ऑफ द स्कूल बॉडी वेट ऑफ द होना चाहिए चाइल्ड का. तो ये आप देख लीजिए, बॉयज गर्ल्स सारे डिटेल्स आर गिवन एंड इट्स नॉट वेरी लाइक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव सा है, वेरी इजी लैंग्वेज में है, so it's easy to understand and apply. So it should be followed in true letter and spirit. During evaluation, we have been observing and receiving complaints about the heavy bags. So I hope this year we won't be getting any complaints like that, and we will be checking regularly during our evaluation. We have added an indicator in the school evaluation form as well. So this will also be checked.
And storage facility should be ensured by the schools. क्योंकि जब तक आप क्लासरूम में storage facility नहीं provide करते, copies and text.
All the activity books, readers, the Jamaat al-Quran, Nazra, these should be kept in the school storage facilities.
And you have to regularly monitor the school bag weight. Also, it should be a regular feature of the management. Next, we have added revised textbooks and stationery list. In the stationery list, this time, especially for the stationery, essential stationery and the art stationery has been specified so that parents and schools should be aware of it, what is very important to be done and what is particularly for the art has been added, and it is mandatory for the schools to follow the policy. Next, we are moving to revision in curriculum implementation guide 2024-25. For that purpose, we have started previously this booklet is basically for guiding the teachers, and in this booklet we have explained scheme of work. We have started by explaining the scheme of work. In the scheme of work this time we have added progression grid, and particularly to get the idea of progression grid, these details have been given to you that why we are having this progression grid. So progression grid is basically added to give a logical sequence of concepts, content, and skills across multiple teaching stages. Whatever students are learning in one class, what they will do relative to that particular concept in the next class, and then how they will move forward. This progression is given in the progression grades, and in each subject is progression grades they have been added, and this progression grade is basically meant for the teachers, subject coordinators, heads, and principals, so that they know what students have already learned and what they are going to learn in the next level, and what they are supposed to do right now. So this progression grade is basically added to remove the gaps between the teaching and learning. So I'll show you when I'll be explaining the scheme of work. Then AFL strategies have been added in detail. I'm once again telling that AFL strategies are not quizzes, not tests. AFL strategies are informal way of assessing the student, developing the student's interest, that how by doing these informal activities, how we will come to know about it, that students, what students have learned, where they further need guidance and facilitation. So these activities should be embedded in the lesson to assess students' learning, and students will also be able to know that how much they have understood and what they want to know more. So this can help the teacher to change her teaching strategy even. So lots of activities have been added in the curriculum implementation guide. As well as in the scheme of work, when you are going to see that, you will see that lots of activities have been added in the scheme of work. Then we are having previously curriculum strands and value education has been given together. So this time we have separated, so people will be able to understand what curriculum strands are and what is expected when we are talking about value education. So both the concepts have been given separate write-ups. Then a new concept have been added, that is smart teaching strategies are added. And basically the purpose of adding smart teaching strategies is that in the coordination meeting, this is also a very important thing, that all teachers and coordinators and heads sit together. They should find out how much time we are having to cover this content given to you in the scope and sequence, and how, if we are having less time, how we can smartly cover the concept. And for that purpose, the teacher use prioritize learning objectives. She should see that which objective is more important and where she can give more time, where she should give more time, spend more time using different active learning techniques and play classroom models, breakdowning the content and utilizing technology, scaffolding learning, what they have already learned, and building the concept on their known concepts by effectively using the time given to you, providing better, clear instructions and expectation, and feedback and reflection can help it to understand the concept in a better way. So therefore, these smart teaching strategies are very important. Therefore, these are added in the curriculum implementation guide, that wherever you feel some problem, how to deal with the time given to you and how to manage the time smartly. Therefore, these smart teaching activities have been added in the curriculum implementation guide. Next, we have we have shared effective utilization of whiteboard. Previously, also this concept was there. A little more information has been given, and an H model pictorial image has been added in it, so that you will get clear instructions about effective utilization of whiteboard. Detail of success criteria is given in comprehensible vocabulary with examples, because we have got information from the evaluation department that teachers are not clear about success criteria. Therefore, its explanation along with examples have been added in the document, and I hope now there will not be any problem related to success criteria, writing the success criteria. Then guidelines for effective use of notebooks in schools are added in this booklet. Next. We have, along with all these things, since I have told you for the teacher's planner that I have removed all extra pages from the teacher's planner and all that information, these instructional pages, all these instructional pages have been added in curriculum implementation guide so that you can get the information from here, and in the teacher's planner you are only having your planning along with your assessment sheets are added in the curriculum in the teacher's planner. So over here, this principle of weekly coordination meeting, daily lesson plan, and topic-wise evaluation are added. Please open weekly coordination meeting. So you can see in weekly coordination meeting, you are supposed to plan classwork and homework as per the policy. You have to decide which AFL strategies, lots of AFL strategies have been given in scheme of work. You have to choose and plan which strategies you are going to use to teach that particular concept. This sheet will be filled week-wise, and the methodology for teaching the concept, what activities you are going to use, all this will be planned in the presence of all the teachers of that particular subject, subject coordinator and heads, so that they are going to decide on one page that what they are going to do. Next, we have daily lesson plan. In the daily lesson plan, rest of the things are the same which we have been doing. I have explained that success criteria have been added, explained well. This time, I hope now after going through the success criteria given in curriculum implementation guide, our teachers will be able to write proper success criteria for their lesson. As well as we have added, we are having assessment for learning strategies, class and homework will be planned as per the coordination meeting plan will be written here. Then the most important thing over here is plenary and wrap up. Plenary and wrap up is also the part of AFL strategies that you are going to, since the starter activity is AFL strategy in the beginning of the lesson, different activities are AFL strategies during the lesson, and plenary and wrap up are AFL strategies at the end of the lesson. For this purpose, it is not meant for teacher only that she is going to wrap up the lesson. For this purpose, you can use different AFL strategies given to you in the SOW and curriculum implementation guide to wrap up the lesson, and try to engage the students as much as it is possible to wrap up the lesson. Next very important thing which has been added this time is lesson evaluation. That on the daily basis you are going to evaluate your lesson. That today in section A I have implemented the plan written the way it is, because the plan is written by one person and rest of you use the plan written by any one of your teacher. Rotational planning used to happen, and so you use. So in the end, by your hand, you have to write the evaluation of the lesson, that this lesson is very well conducted in one section. In second section, maybe due to some reason students were facing the problem, or with due to some other reason that lesson is not been implemented properly, all activities planned were not, teacher was not able to conduct all the activities, maybe 2 activities have been conducted but not having enough time to conduct the third activity, or maybe due to some reason not able to do the independent work of the class. So whatever the things are, our daily lesson evaluation has to be written by each and every teacher. So this is something new, but it is to be written on a daily basis. Then afterward, when your whole unit will be completed, then we will move to topic-wise evaluation, which you have already been writing. And I think this lesson evaluation daily lesson evaluation is going to help you to write topic-wise evaluation in much better way. Since topic-wise evaluation used to be conducted, maybe a topic take 2 weeks or 3 weeks to come into an end. So topic-wise evaluation will be done as per your previous practice. Then a new chapter of monitoring is added, which includes lesson observation and notebook review, write-up and formats. The basic purpose of adding this is that since teachers should be aware of the areas on which she will be observed, or she should know what is expected from her and how she has to conduct the lesson inside the class, what are her responsibilities. These all features given for the teacher are to be read by the teacher, and on these areas indicators their subject coordinators and heads and principals are going to observe and use this form for improving and upgrading the teaching learning instead of marking them only. Don't get demotivated by the marks. Marks are there just to improve, and I hope all the management is going to use this format to upgrade the teachers' learning, teachers' performance. So this document has been added in curriculum implementation guide for the awareness of the teachers. Back. We are going to have a preschool lesson observation formats soon. Inshallah, we are going to share with you. We are working on it, and soon it will be uploaded. Inshallah. Then we are having notebook review form. In the academic package, we have shared with you that we are making modifications in curriculum, modification in notebook counter checking format, register. And now we have uploaded this curriculum implementation guide notebook review form. So that register is going to have the instructions given in this curriculum implementation guide, as well as this form in the register. This form is again given for the teachers who know that on which areas they will be observed and what is expected from them. Notebooks are basically ambassador of any organization. So what kind of work should be done and how they have to assess the students' work and how their work will be assessed, quality of their checking will be assessed. These indicators have been given here, and notebooks have been upgraded and checked accordingly. And this format is again there to help the teachers to upgrade their checking also. Along with this notebook form is basically for the heads, subject coordinators and principal. They have to check all the notebooks. Only few notebooks should not be checked. They should have to make a plan that how they are going to check the notebooks. Or they can do this thing. There are some instructions given for the management that how they are going to check the notebooks. The sets which maybe principal is checking, maybe teacher head of the section is not checking, she's checking some other section. So proper schedule they are going to make, and then accordingly they are going to check the notebooks and provide feedback to the teachers to upgrade their checking. Then changes in Islamia, Kalimatul Quran and religious education for non-Muslim students as per the NCC are included. For class 10, Kalimatul Quran will be the part of the syllabus for the session 24-25. Ms. Sara is going to explain this.
The third class for year 23, Kalimatul Quran was part of Islamia, but this year Tarjumatul Quran will be part of class 10 as well as of first year. This is a new change, and the books are mentioned in the book list, except the first year it will be shared soon. For the class 10, the book is shared, the name of the book is shared, the period allocation has been already shared with you. that there will be 2 periods for Tajmatul Quran for class 10th and first year as well. And there was when the booklet of curriculum implementation was uploaded, there was a little error which is being corrected and uploaded again on 17th April. This line has been highlighted for you that for class 10th Tajmatul Quran will be part of syllabus for session 24-25. So kindly recheck it. And secondly, there will be the model paper will be shared by the FPIC on these 2 classes as well, and it will be shared soon. For the books for class first year, hopefully we are going to select national book of national curriculum, and that and NPA, and it will be shared through the letter. Thank you.
Next. Next. Now the next important document which we have shared with you are the scheme of works from grade 1 till 9. Over here, I'm just going to share one of the documents just to give an idea of which kind of scheme of work we have shared. In all the scheme of work, there is SOW summary, and in the summary page, we have shared with you scope and sequence, progression grade, instructions, and the concepts and topics have been shared with you with the number of pages. On the other side, we have shared number of teaching weeks, prescribed textbooks, resources, and prescribed notebooks have been given on the other side. After the summary page, next. Yes. So we are having scope and sequence. In the scope and sequence, week-wise distribution of the subtopics have been given to you. For example, first concept have to be covered in week. Now it's at the teacher's discretion that if they feel that they are not able to cover any one of the concept of 1 week, they can move to the second week, but they have to then use smart teaching strategies to cover the content. Project work and revision time has also been added this time in the scope and sequence, because this time we are having complete. It is not a short session. We are having a complete session, and there is enough time to cover all the concepts and content. So this scope and sequence has been given in all SOWs in all subjects. Then we are having progression grid. Next is progression grid, and in the progression grid, you can see in the center we are having the current class LOs. On the right side, we are having the new class, and on the left side, we are having the previous class LOs given in front of you. And I have told you previously also, the purpose is that teacher should be aware of this thing, that when she is going to start this particular concept in this class, what has to be recalled, what kind of worksheet they can plan, what kind of questions they can have to bridge the gap between the content which they are going to teach now, how properly they can develop the concept, and up till which level they have to go. They should not move to the content which they have to cover in the next year. They have to limit themselves to the things which they have to cover in this current year. And this is basically for the teacher. It is not to be pasted in the notebooks, and this is to be read in the coordination meeting by the teachers when they are teaching this particular concept in the presence of subject coordinators and heads, so that they will be very much clear what kind of activities they can plan to first of all build their knowledge on the known concept they have already done. So in the progression grid, move scroll down with it. You can see for the factors and multiples. In grade 3, nothing is written because in 4 operations they have done multiplication and division, and the new concept which is coming is factors and multiples. They have covered multiplication and division. Now factors and multiple is new concept which is starting from grade 4 and then moving ahead in grade 5 and so on. Similarly, if you move down, algebra is a new concept which we are starting from grade 4. Similarly, if you see move down, Symmetry is since covered in grade 3 as well, and 4 and 5. So it is like this. Maybe there can be some concept which can be covered in any one of the level, and then we are having nothing in grade 5 maybe. So this is the way different concept in different subjects. You can see progression grade in some of the subjects or concepts. All the 3 columns are complete, that you can see from where we have to start, what they have to recall, what you have to teach now, and what students will learn afterward. So these things are there. Some of the concepts are starting from this particular level, and therefore we are not having something in previous class, and then we are having its progression for the next levels and so on. But maybe any one of the concept which is getting ended in any one of the level, you can see maybe we are not having anything in grade 5 or any other level. I'm just giving you an idea of the progression grades of all the subjects which you are going to go through. After this, we are having instructions, and after instructions, these are the same instructions, only progression grade write-up has been added. Rest of the instructions are the same. And then we are looking to scheme of work. In this, you can see that we are having different concept is given, their LOs have been given, skills have been given. Then how you have to start the lesson, real life application, then teaching methodologies, different activities have been added, digital tools have been added, AFL strategies have been added in detail. Along with that, the most important thing is move down. We have given discretion to the teacher. Scroll down.
Homework classroom.
We have given discretion to the teacher that the work which has been assigned here, she has to decide in the coordination meeting along with all other teachers, subject coordinators and head, that what they are going to cover in classwork and what is to be given in the homework, following the homework policy. So please be careful while planning classwork and homework. So these are some of the things in the SOW for which we want you people to be very careful and implement it in the right spirit. Next, before moving ahead, I just want to tell you this thing. If we have felt still some of the schools and regions and people, they are not clear about the decision of class A. So this year, previously, since we are not having SLOs for class 9, new SLOs for class 9. Last year, we have received the curriculum. This year, we are going to implement it. We have got the textbook published by different publishers as per the National Curriculum 22-23. Now, these are aligned and no more there is a need to have pre-9. Therefore, because pre-9 can maybe lead to conceptual gap in students' learning, as the FBISC examination system is now SLO based, student will be awarded grades instead of marks. And inshallah, this time we'll be having sufficient time to cover the syllabus and SLOs. So you are not going to have any problem. For these classes also, we are having progression grade for each subject. They can see the progression of the concept in class 8 as well, that they can see what they are doing in class 8 and what is their progression in class 9, how these concepts have been built, and now there is no need to have some concept to be added in class 8. All the concepts of class 8 are basically building the base for the concepts of class 9. So this is the problem which you have been facing has been removed, and class 8 will be class 8. All the LOs of class 8 will be covered in class 8, and LOs of class 9 will be done in class 9. And class 8 is the part of middle school. It is not the part of senior school. I hope we have cleared all the queries.